YouTube, man, what is going on? It's LNH. We're back with another video. And man, Emoni Bates' name has been in the news like crazy. You guys have been going crazy about what's going on with him and actually teaming up with another highly ranked player. Man, this is crazy. And a lot of people are saying Emoni Bates may have even grown taller and may have actually just hit a growth spurt. So we're going to break it down and get right into it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, and we have to address this for sure. Everyone is talking about this. Man, Emoni is actually on a different EYBL team. Now, what had actually happened, and he's actually instead teaming up with Jalen Durham, which is actually the #2 player in the class, in his class, which is really interesting. A lot of people are saying this now. A lot of people always compare Emoni Bates to KD, right? A lot of people look at him and say, man, he kind of has that skinny build. He can dribble the ball. He can shoot. And man, people are even mocking him, saying that he's copying what KD actually does on the court as well, saying that, of course, when you lose to a team, and of course, Emoni Bates did lose to Jalen back a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago, when their teams actually played, and now Emoni is playing with him. Now, of course, man, this really doesn't mean much, man. These guys are in high school, and you're just here to have fun, get buckets, try to improve on your game. But one thing a lot of people were kind of mad about was that he was not going head-to-head against Jalen. Now, you being the 1 and 2 players ranked in your respective classes, and you being that good, it's actually more exciting, of course, to see these guys go and play against each other and not to really play on the same team. Now, of course, on the other hand, you have to look at it as, man, Emoni Bates playing with a really another good player who's excellent, highly ranked, is only going to help him get better because, one, of course, odds are they probably practice together, so they are playing against each other. And two, you can learn how to work with other competition and other players that are very good on your team. Think about it. You're obviously in the future going to be playing with a ton of stars and people that have a ton of talent. You know Emoni's going to hit the league very soon. And when he does hit the league, he's going to be playing with other guys who get buckets and can play basketball. So I think this in a way can also prepare him and really help him in the future as well, because you're playing against people and playing with people who have a ton of competition and helping build that chemistry and really working with your teammates to get to the W at the end of the day. And they did actually end up winning the entire tournament. Now, it's really interesting because even Emoni, if you look at it, his father actually has his own AAU team and he's not playing for that team, which is really funny. Of course, Emoni did play for that team previously, but they weren't doing too well. They actually lost a couple games. They got blown out by Jalen's team, and a lot of people were violating Emoni Bates and coming after this dude. Now, of course, we're not here for any of that. I think Emoni's an excellent player, and he had one bad game. Dude had a bad game where he didn't score too many points, and really people came for him, and it was really ridiculous how much hate he got. But now he's winning tournaments, and this guy, I gotta be honest here, he was looking so solid when he was playing this weekend. The amount of dunks that they had in game between him and Jalen were insane. All the comments, even on Instagram, were talking about how both of these guys, they probably went for like 30 or 40 dunks in the entire game. The team was just really looking insane, and I think, again, that speaks to Emoni Bates' work ethic and how hard this dude really goes in the gym. Now, I want to play another video here of Emoni working out, and I want you guys to take a look at how hard this dude is working. Now, of course, he's working out with his father over here, but man, this guy seems like he puts in so much work into his game, being that he can shoot, dribble, pass the ball. I think that's what really separates him from a lot of other people in his class. And you guys know by now, there is a lot of speculation to where this dude is going in the future. Now, if you guys don't know, he actually basically reopened up where he's going to go to school and is no longer committed to Michigan State University. Now, personally, he has a ton of options. You guys know this by now. Emoni can go wherever he wants to go. But this dude honestly looks insane. And the way he's dunking the ball, he definitely looks like he got stronger. Now, of course, Emoni Bates, we all know this guy. A lot of people are even saying he needs to put on a little bit of weight. And even if you look at his arms, man, he maybe could. But the way he plays the game and he's so aggressive and passionate on the court, low-key, as of right now, it doesn't matter. But maybe in the future, he is going to need to bulk up and gain some muscle on him. But this dude is throwing the ball down so hard. I think that's what makes him so effective and so aggressive on the court, and the way he dribbles with speed. A lot of people his height really cannot move. In my opinion, this dude maybe looks like he even got a tad bit taller. And man, the way him and Jalen were just dominating on the court, honestly, it's not fair. But I can see other people's opinion stating that when you team up with other players like this, it doesn't make you any better. And really, of course, you guys know it's not really respected like that if you play against someone, lose to them, and then try to join their other team to get wins and kill competition. You really don't get that type of respect. We want to see the top players go at each other. So from a point of view just like that, man, I kind of want to see these guys go at each other as well. It's really exciting when we see top level players go at each other. Remember when Mikey Williams and Emoni Bates went head to head? Man, how many people were excited and really just lit to see those two play and go against each other? Man, it was a fire game to watch, and I even watched the live stream of it. A lot of times I just watch recordings of these games, but man, even if I'm watching the live streams and really tuning in to see these guys play, man, you know it had to be an exciting one, and they definitely didn't disappoint. Both of these guys were cooking on the court, and even the rapper DaBaby pulled up and watched these guys. And remember, these guys are only high schoolers. They're only high schoolers. They have all this clout, all this attention, man. But that was a fire game to watch. So I definitely understand as well. I definitely would want to see Emoni Bates maybe go up head to head against another really highly ranked player instead of teaming up. But man, there's no hate towards him, even if he did end up teaming up with this guy. Now, speaking of where Emoni Bates is going into the future, what school he's going to actually commit to, man, we have some recent news that is very interesting and maybe might even give us a hint as to where he will be going, or maybe actually consider. Now, if you guys didn't know by now, there are two Twins top highly recruited players named Matt and Ryan Booley. Now, these guys are actually ended up going and signing with the Overtime Elite League. And these deals are expected to be 2 years, and they're earning top 7 figures. Yes, I said that right. Top 7 figures. Now, we really haven't heard of any top recruits actually signed to the Overtime League, and it's really interesting to see that these guys are signing. Now, a lot of people don't know too much about these two players, but it's really interesting to see that we finally see someone. I've been talking about this Overtime League for a while, and we even thought maybe Mikey Williams might end up going and signing with that overtime deal, just because one, of course, he's one of the most popular players, and they really have a good time. He has his own TV show with them, and they really have a lot of ties together that would make sense why Mikey would actually maybe try to sign to the Overtime League. But instead, it looks like these two brothers are really the first ones to do it that are highly recruited. We don't have too much information on some other players that have signed there, but I'm sure there have been others. But man, I really want to see one. A lot of people have questions and how this is going to affect their eligibility. Will these players actually be able to go to college, or is it once they go to overtime, they're done? Now, I think that's more going to be towards the NCAA and what they end up deciding. But man, this is something that I like to say changes the game of basketball forever. What they're doing right here, no one has done, and I think it's really going to be a pivotal point in basketball, and people are going to consider a lot more. Man, do I want to just go to my regular high school where I play at, or do I want to actually instead go to somewhere that I can grind, work on my game, and really change basketball forever? Go to a place and go to a different route that no one has ever done before. Now, with that being said, of course, Emoni Bates, seeing these highly recruited players, may end up actually considering going to the Overtime League. Now, my only thing is here, of course, we have to know how it affects people's eligibility. But man, Emoni Bates, honestly, if he doesn't end up going to college, it won't hurt him, because this dude probably has a great chance going to the G League or going overseas. So I think he's going to be fine wherever he ends up going. But man, seeing these two highly recruited players actually end up going and committing to this Overtime League, man, who knows? We might see some other highly recruited and top players go and end up joining them. But man, you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about Emoni Bates? Has he got stronger? How do you think about his performance this weekend? How is he doing? Do you really give him respect for playing with another top recruit, or should he actually instead go and play against him? Let me know in the comments down below. As well as this Overtime League, we finally have new news into what's going on with that. Let me know in the comments down below. And make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to get a new notification every time I upload a new video. It is free. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, it's LNH and I'm out.